Burning bridges is my specialty. Dating dads is my fatality.
I'm a Broadway bear, and I'm here to take center stage. Hello!
I'm Hunter Hardin.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to the Real Housebears.
Hello, it's me, Monica.
Monica, yes?
Yes, it's me, and,
I was really excited to come see you guys. So in order to fit in, I went to Ross. And I got something in the clearance section. And it was really hard.
That's really raising the bar for us right there.
and I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be like the best trip ever because this is the best podcast ever.
You know it is.
I'm so excited for my first girl trip.
Are you so excited?
I'm so excited. I brought my one Louis Vuitton bag with me.
And you're going to mention that.
And I got my
Vuitton
Skechers shoes with me, my
No,
Skechers heels.
no,
yes,
not
yes.
the
Deal with it. Deal with it.
Not the Skechers.
Because I'm not going to cry again over Louis Vuitton.
I cry over Louis Vuitton every day.
I want a Louis Vuitton.
That is one of my favorite moments in television history.
It's hilarious because she's crying about it. But like, we get it because we've had to literally go to
like I related.
We've had to go to like stores and literally look through their clearance section to buy new clothes for every time we went and saw the ladies.
Yeah, every single. There's only one outfit that I filmed in that I didn't purchase specifically to go film that scene.
I went to City Creek and I went into the Louis Vuitton store.
I know.
So I relate.
So we've literally doubled our
I'm not-
wardrobe just to go hang out with these ladies.
No, I'm not going to go to the Louis Vuitton store down at what's the Creek
City
Mall?
Creek.
City Creek Mall. Mm-hmm. But I did buy a new outfit for practically every scene we filmed.
I mean, I haven't dropped $1,000 on anything in a very long time.
I think it's time that you do. I mean,
and I
today
did.
is our anniversary, actually.
It is, and
we're spending it podcasting and talking to you all. Not our wedding anniversary.
No, this is just of us getting together anniversary.
Yeah, it was a forging our future anniversary.
It was super tight. It was a vibe, for
It used
sure.
to be tight. I'm just kidding.
I was just being shady.
Nasty.
I didn't know if it wasn't necessarily talking about you or
But
me.
you know what's not nasty?
What?
Is our hashtag Housebears famous
You know what?
friend today?
It is not nasty to be hashtag Housebears famous. But now, if you follow this guy on Twitter, if
It's
you
very-
really like some not safe for work content,
Yeah.
this is gay content.
Frank Rodriguez.
The notorious ROD on Twitter. Frank Rodriguez, who we know him as, our good friend Frank.
Yes.
He's hashtag Housebears
Housebears
famous
famous.
this week because you know what? He always he watches us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he always reposts our posts on his Twitter X. Frank has been on Brandy Glanville's podcast.
Yeah,
so
Frank's like a big deal.
Yeah, so the fact that he's being so generous with the exposure and just he's always been a very generous friend. He sent me hard drives full of videos back in the day.
Well, yeah.
So, Frank's a great, great guy. So, this week...
He's a great porn hookup, for sure, what it sounds like.
Listen to his episode with Brandy Glanville.
It's funny.
It really is. But anyway, thank you, Frank, this week for being hashtag
Housebears
famous.
Cheers. Welcome.
You know who's going to be a little bit more famous than Bravo famous is Mauricio Umansky and, of course, Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules are on Dancing with the Stars. I think it was just announced today, at least today. Today is Wednesday. That is the day that we're recording this. Our episode probably won't come out till tomorrow, but I found it, I don't know, I'm amused that Mauricio and Kyle's marriage is, on the rocks. And he's doing dance. I didn't realize he was so looking for the fame. I had no idea. I always saw him
Or
as
maybe
more of
the
like a...
fame came to him.
Well, you know, he does have his own Netflix show as well. So I guess
Don't be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but just, I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
You're like, ew, I don't watch it for the men.
Well, I watch it for all of it, really. But I love Mauricio, and I really, really hope that he doesn't end up having an affair with his dance partner and that he and Kyle stay together.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
I want to have fun. I'm going to stay out of everything.
Oh, it totally happens all the time.
Because wasn't it, what's her name, was dating somebody else's husband from the Real Housewives, and that's how Vanderpump Rules got into it?
Yeah, well, Leanne Rimes and Eddie Cibrian, who is Brandy Glanville's husband. Who Sheena had an affair with.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if Ariana had an affair with
her dance partner?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a single woman. She can sleep with whoever she wants.
Well, what if she has an affair with Mauricio behind stage?
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
Oh my God. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, herders.
Oh my gosh. One can only dream.
Oh my gosh.
I am dreaming and excited about Friday, the official second location Beauty Lab opening day.
Beauty Lab and Laser, what?
That's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna go check out the new space. We haven't seen the new space and just, support our friends.
Yes.
And we're really excited to go and see the new Beauty Lab. So if there are any listeners that are there also celebrating the new opening of the second Beauty Lab location, come say hi to us.
Yeah, we'll be the two really hairy guys sweating. Most likely, We'll be the biggest, hairiest guys there, and we'll be sweating.
Yeah.
Like, it's 9 times out of 10, we will be sweating.
Right. We'll be nervous like vacation
Yes,
crashers.
I know. It's so stupid. They're our friends, but I get so nervous. Especially around Heather Gay, because I just haven't seen Heather Gay in a while.
I know. I want to ask, it's like you want to ask her everything, but you don't want to ask her anything because it could be related to the show, Yeah. And then you don't want to seem like just like this greedy friend who just wants to know
about
the
her
show.
housewife stuff.
I love Heather Gay. She and I in particular have a really great connection. So I'm a singer.
You guys went to the Amy Grant concert.
So I'm excited.
And the whole internet thought you guys were getting like it was a new man.
Always excited and we love Dre every minute of the day.
I love myself some Dre.
We're excited to go support
connected.
our friends.
Yes.
Well, starting off this Vacation Crashers episode of Salt Lake City, Salt Lake City I just read today, was named the happiest state in the country. And it's probably because they took this survey when the Salt Lake City Housewives was airing.
And probably when it was snowing so much, because us Utahns love snow.
So all of the endorphins.
We're like, oh my God,
so happy.
No drought for the summer.
Love
oh my gosh.
Utah.
I love you. I mean, how do you judge happiness? I mean, it's so odd to be like, this is the happiest city. Like, did you go over to everybody like, are you happy?
Well, I have
are
to say that I'm the happiest I've ever been.
I am too. I'm very, very happy being in Utah.
And
it's gorgeous.
And we're living literally right around the corner from Taylorsville, Jordan Park.
Yeah.
Where Meredith and Lisa start off this episode.
But we can't start off this episode without some GD taglines.
Y'all, you know how much frustrated I get when they don't put taglines in the season premiere. So I was so excited.
You're even wearing your special shirt?
In honor of taglines, I wore my special season 1 Whitney Rose / Justin Rose mistake tagline. This Rose isn't afraid to handle a big prick.
And I'm wearing probably the straightest outfit I could probably find. Because have you heard of sweater weather? Sweater weather?
And have you ever just been in Utah?
It's plaid dad weather now. Plaid dad. So plaid dad for life. And I'm wearing a Browning hat. A Browning with an elk or a deer on the front of it. I don't know what Browning is. Are there any housewives husbands listening that could we know what Browning is. And then hit us up. Hey.
Well, let's talk real quick about the season 4 taglines.
I'm on a mission to serve Lisa, and I love that for myself.
I love that for myself. That
Lisa's is probably my favorite because it's just so on brand for Lisa.
is so.
It's the most Lisa thing Lisa could ever Lisa.
That is the most Lisa thing Lisa probably has ever Lisa.
Probably.
Yes, I love it, and I love it for myself. That was so amazing. But then, speaking of our friend Heather Gay.
I own a beauty empire, so I don't need any of your lip service.
You know what? As they always say, life's short.
By the lips.
By the lips, but don't you dare give her no lip service.
You save that for her Beauty Lab and Laser opening this Friday.
Right. Then we have the new girl, Monica.
I keep my friends close, but my secrets closer.
It's a good tagline. We know that she has a lot of secrets about the ladies. I don't know that it seems as if she might not be keeping them all that close.
I know I don't know much about her yet, but it seems like she has a lot of dish just from being on Jen's side for so long behind the scenes.
In a town full of dirty lies, everyone can use a bath.
Meredith has turned taking a bath into a brand, and I want to be part of that brand.
We need to get a drawing of her in the bathtub looking with her leg out, and it says, "Don't come between me and my bath."
Seriously, I want that in a caricature to put up in the bathroom.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I support that. I'm bringing that.
Maybe you know what?
Fair.
Now she can start doing a line of bath bombs and stuff.
Selling it.
Get it, Meredith?
I will drive to Park City and buy some Meredith Marks bath bombs.
Sure will.
I may be Greek, but don't expect an olive branch from me.
I mean, she holds her Greek status very strong
is her thing. Greek is our thing.
And
I feel
like it.
It's a little cliche, but I guess all taglines
I haven't
are.
heard. Yeah,
And then rounding it out with Whitney Wild Rose.
Having faith in myself is the only religion I need.
As soon as you heard it, you immediately said, I like that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I love that.
So I love having our taglines back. And tomorrow we are going to Jordan Park for sure.
I know that Mary's not a full-time person, but I really wanted to hear her tagline.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to hear everyone's nasty and ghetto around me.
Just saying.
That's probably all it would be or something. I don't know. She is the most unlikable human in the world.
Oh my gosh.
And she's great TV, but to realize she's a speaker to a clergy, it's horrifying. She is so mean. I don't sometimes I won't tag her in our posts because I'm terrified of her reaching out to us.
Oh no, I want it to happen. Please,
no.
Mary Coffey.
I don't want to get a tongue lashing from Mary.
I do want to
she'll
get a
say
tongue
some
lashing.
really mean things to me.
Literally and figuratively.
And she'll probably know some deep secrets about me or something, and really hold me to the.
She'll just say mean stuff that all people are insecure about.
That's true. Which I.
But you know what? Now that she's not full time, and we don't have to really invest in how mean she is to everybody else.
Now she's just a character.
I'm wildly entertained by her. I enjoy her and appreciate her in a way that I never did before.
She's a character.
She absolutely
She's just so pissed off about everything.
So. At Jordan Park.
That's right down the street from us, y'all.
Seriously, we could have
met up with them
3 times now. Let's get into Jordan Park.
Let's get this Jordan Park up in our business.
But we are going to do a little bit. We're going to wear at least better shoes than Meredith if we're going to take a walk.
Of course, I just got a brand new pair of Hokas for $80 at Ross. Thank you.
Lisa is dressed more appropriately for walking, but the straps on her jacket, straps are in over fashion.
Straps are in right now, and they drive me insane.
I know,
I want to pull on them.
But it's a direct callback to
I do not want Junko jeans coming back.
I don't think
Junko jeans.
I think the straps are back, but not the giant tunnel
leggings.
legs.
Oh,
yes.
I hope not. It's horrifying.
So Meredith and Lisa, small talk. Kids graduating school, Chloe graduating college.
Straight stuff, parent stuff, straight parent stuff.
Well, I mean, they are,
straight parents.
They are. Lisa tells Meredith about Jack's. He's now deferring college. I'm like, yeah, putting it off.
That's great.
Not
That's a
going
great
to
word.
college.
I like that word.
Putting off not going to college.
I've deferred payment for college.
Right. So he's deferring to go on a mission. And I wonder if Lisa understands, like, she can't go visit him on his mission. Like, if he got sent to Milan, she's not going to visit him. She can go shop all she wants.
Yeah.
So Meredith gets down to business. And I love that the editors did not miss an opportunity to once again show us the hot mic.
You
moment.
garbage whore. That's my favorite. You garbage whore.
Thank you, Meredith is a piece of I have your back and I'm offended by that. You, that piece of garbage whore. I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She never herself.
So Meredith, though, she admits that they've both made mistakes. She just starts out, on an even playing field.
Yeah, we both said some things.
Yes, and then they both apologize for specifically what they did and owned. Lisa's like, I'm so very sorry for what I said.
About the
and
rumors.
Meredith is like, I'm so very sorry for the rumors that I started. And we're on an even
They
playing
hope for
field.
the best, but then it goes to like their cut scenes where they're doing their confessionals. I'm like, I don't think they're really gonna give it their all.
I know, I'm hopeful. I'm so hopeful.
I know. I want them to be back, but like
like when they showed the flashbacks of like the earlier seasons, I forgot how close they were. So I really hope they get as close to that. But poor John Barlow. Lisa Barlow trusts anyone who signs an NDA over you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be cautious moving forward.
Listen, she's all about lawyers. She's all about the legal parts of things first.
Well, at least she trusts John over the lawyers.
Yeah.
She put
the gaggle.
anyone with an NDA, they get top priority.
What is a group of lawyers called? Is it a gaggle of lawyers?
As far as I don't. We need to call our friend Mary and find out.
We don't want to lose brain cells over this.
So Lisa apologizes, Meredith apologizes, they hug it out, it feels good, it feels resolved. You don't think it's going to last long.
Just from their like confessionals, they're just like not going to really give it a lot of hope.
I am hopeful that we also get to go to Crystal Hot Springs. I'll go to that kind of hot springs.
I know. My poor bear went to a real creek hot spring, like a real outdoor. Our light just went out.
I mean, it's just always something.
Anyways, really went outside, went outdoors, and it's got a real like burnt egg kind of smell, like rotten egg, because it's all the sulfur. And he had a full-on nervous breakdown. You are not going to get me into this water. That is sewage
We've told
water.
this story several times. That's how traumatic it was.
But we have new listeners.
Yes, we do.
That don't know how much of a wuss you are.
Oh, no. Well, Crystal Hot Springs looks lovely.
It does look really beautiful. I love this healing journey that we're going on with both of these friends.
And I love this journey of Heather Gay in a bikini. She looks so
really
good. I am so glad because she looks incredible. And now anyone who's ever said hateful things about her can shut they mouths.
You're not going to be able to talk your way out of this.
She just shut everybody down saying, look how amazing I look. Thank you. Well, the last time they were at a hot springs, Jen Shaw threatened to drown Whitney. So we can only look up from there, right?
I know, right? I feel like that's so cool to be like, I got threatened to be drowned by Jen Shaw.
Oh, please, threaten me, sister. Threaten me, baby. Well, Heather, we find out that at the Fresh Powder party, that really Heather only invited Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith, and all 80, well, and Dre, of course, but all like 83 other people in their lists.
Everyone brought their friends, yeah.
Really filled out quite a party.
And you're like, you keep bringing that woman with the lips.
Because I love them. I want them. I want them on my own face.
I love it that Heather's like, taste this water.
No.
Taste this water.
It's like, if I'm going to talk about Meredith's bath water, do you think I'm going to taste this hot springs
public
water?
hot springs water? I just love Heather so much. She's so funny.
So Heather and Angie K have known each other since 10th grade math class. But, I get it.
5th grade, I thought.
Oh, was it 5th grade?
Yeah, I think 5th grade.
Okay, maybe
I can't
5th
remember.
grade. But
I'm
either
so
way,
crazy.
Heather found out that Angie K did not, in fact, have naturally curly hair as was portrayed. And there's just been trust issues ever since.
Because it was actually just a perm.
She had what I thought was naturally curly hair. Turns out it was a perm. So, yeah, I have trust issues.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. She's so naturally, I have trust issues.
Heather made me literally laugh out loud at least 3 times in this episode. That was one of them.
I know,
that was
I miss
the
her.
first one.
She's so funny.
That was so funny. I hopefully people did not take that seriously. It was such a good line. But nonetheless, it's kind of been downhill since high school. They were real friends, but now Heather's like, so she was friends with me back then. Then she became like real close friends with Jen Shaw. Now she's jumping in with both feet with Lisa Barlow.
And she also said all those rumors about her and Jen being lovers in the last season.
Yeah,
randomly
just
at the
making
end, kind of threw
crap
that out
up.
there.
Yeah, so
So she doesn't. Heather does not feel like
red
she
flag,
can trust
red flag,
her
red
very
flag,
much.
red flag. Yeah. Well, Whitney's like, but you know what? I like Angie K. Like, we really.
She's a good friend for me.
She's a fun friend. Yes. But Heather's like, she's a fun friend until she's not.
Dun dun dun.
So Heather overheard Lisa Barlow talking about Jack's mission, and Heather has questions. She's like, I think really the biggest question is, does Jack really know what he's getting into? Like, I read Bad Mormon, and I learned from Heather's book, Bad Mormon, buy it today, that you are on mission. You are never by yourself, ever, ever, ever. And you literally are spending every minute of the day working for the church.
When I first saw this scene, I was like, you really don't need to be involved in this at all, Heather. But then when I watched it again, I was like, Heather knows what it is to go on one of these trips, and Jack has been raised by this half Mormon this whole time. She's not giving her digs about it. She's just saying when he has to go and is surrounded by full-time 100% Mormons and has to live a life like that on his own for 2 years, he's going to come back different. He's going to come back changed, and it might be against you guys.
Yeah.
Because he's already, like, she doesn't know this, but we know, he's already said, I'm not like you and Dad.
Right.
And that was a red flag for me, like him saying that.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, it could be, maybe he is getting more involved in the church. And
Maybe he wants to be more involved in, like, who knows?
But, he could come back believing in everything that the church believes in, which is not at all what Lisa, Lisa loves our community.
I mean,
Lisa
she
loves
owns a tequila company, and if his friends find that out, like, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, then you're not true Mormon," So
yeah, if you want a wild glimpse into some of the wild behind the curtains, literal behind the curtains stuff that the Mormon Church does, you got to read Bad Mormon. It's wild. It's wild. Well, even though Heather will clearly shit talk, Whitney is not shit talking anyone here.
No,
she's not shit talking Lisa
She's like,
Barlow.
I'm just being supportive.
Yeah,
I love it. She's like, no, I'm just being supportive.
And there is probably some validity into, Heather has literally had a legal battle with the church. So, her vision of all of it could be pretty skewed.
But I think Heather wrapped it up very much at the end, saying they might not be prepared for who he becomes when he comes back.
Yeah, I thought that was the most.
I think that's the biggest issue that she's worried about.
Right.
She doesn't care that he's going on a mission. She I just said it.
Yes. Well, at Park City, Meredith's beautiful home, Seth is already ready. He has already had a few glasses of wine.
I mean, cheers.
Cheers. You know what? Let's drink. Let's drink to Seth.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
We love Seth. Seth is home a lot more. You can tell that Meredith is like, he's a little quirky. Hence this wine in a shot glass situation.
I wrote, Meredith is like me and Seth is just like Bear. He loves to be around me and is constantly talking to me. And sometimes I'm like, okay, can you be quiet for a minute and leave me alone?
There are times where I say, can you please just be quiet for 5 minutes?
And Meredith,
100%. And Meredith's even sometimes I just need to be quiet for 5 minutes. But I love it when it comes around. He's just like, how are you? He hasn't seen her all day. I love it. I know it's you.
Well, they have the Hanging by a Thread podcast. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
But it sounds like they need us on it.
Yes.
Because
Good bears are hanging on by a thread.
Meredith, I mean, we
hung on by a thread. Today is the anniversary of when we actually got back together.
Yeah, it's a little known fact that we were not going to stay together when he moved to Utah, and I just helped him move. And then he fell in love with me, and he could not let me go.
And
like,
September
oh my God.
13th is our day.
And it was Friday the 13th, too. So there was some kind of evil in the works.
Oh, no, not evil. Well, Trixie Mattel has invited Meredith to the Trixie Motel in Palm Springs, which we've seen the outside before. So Meredith's going to invite everyone, including Lisa, including Monica, but no mention of Angie K.
Yeah, no Angie K.
I didn't realize that Angie K and Meredith had issues. I'm still trying to remember what they are. Anyhow, maybe she's doing it to be nice to Heather. Well, we finally get to meet Angie K's family more intimately. We get to see a lot more Hot Sean. Mm-hmm. Plus their dogs, Faust and Celia.
Their house is grand.
I mean, that's why they had Sharif's party last season.
Yeah, it's just like metal, glass, and concrete. Just
beautiful.
Slab. It's just very modern.
I wonder if Angie K knows how to make stuffed grape leaves.
I guarantee you she does. I guarantee. Well, she's Greek. I mean, hello.
Of course, if you're Greek, you have to make them.
You have to
right?
make them.
Well, Angie K met Hot Sean at a salon.
Hey, breaking stereotypes, Sean. If I would have saw you, I would have totally hit on you.
Good looking, muscles, and he could do my hair.
Like, he works at a salon. Look at that hair. He's a total gay. And look at him. He concentrates on his body and, like, wants to work out all the time. Total gay wad.
All right.
But he proved us wrong. Stereotypes are not always true.
No.
Because Hot Sean is hot. Yes. And very straight, I think. But he does not dress very straight. He dresses with very class.
I think he dresses straight, but with, metrosexual, I guess.
Metrosexual. Listen,
is that even still a word?
If I could afford nice clothes, I would dress like him a lot more.
Yeah, he, especially with those tight pants he wears later. I was like, let me see
numbers.
So poor Hot Sean, though, he's got John Barlow syndrome, where he's actually lower on the totem pole.
I know.
Angie K's got Electra, their daughter, at 1.
Yes.
Then their businesses at 2, and then Hot Sean at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound very fair.
But Sean doesn't care. He's like, I don't care, whatever. He's like,
we barely sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, he's like,
we're just doing our thing. We got money.
Work.
Someday we'll start having sex again. In the meantime, Hot Sean, give us a call. Just kidding.
Oh my God! Do not break up another marriage.
No. Well, Lisa Barlow calls. Angie K ignores it, and they start catching up on Angie K's relationship with Lisa Barlow, where they haven't been talking as much lately because Lisa is more focused on Jack. Mm-hmm. Angie K has issues with Heather. It's still not very comfortable. We get yet another recap of how long Angie K and Heather have known each other. But Angie K would really like to rekindle their friendship and just really move forward. And Hot Sean's like, well, what has happened so bad that we can't, make up for?
Well, saying that you're a lesbian in love with somebody on national television can do something about it.
I mean, that can...
With a criminal.
At Monica's home, Monica's mom, Linda, is helping Monica with her blanket business.
I know, she's just doing her nails.
Monica is 50% Colombian. She's 50% Portuguesa.
100% feisty.
Feisty.
So Monica moved here from Boston about 10 years ago. Her mother followed suit. Then it appears the rest of the family moved not shortly behind. Nana does not apparently like Utah, because if you mention Boston, she gets very, emotional about it.
She gets very emotional about a lot of things.
I took it as if she misses Boston, but I couldn't.
I don't know.
Or maybe she's like, F Boston, I'm glad we left that place. I couldn't tell.
I don't know.
F Boston, Mom.
Either way, she makes me very nervous.
Right. Monica was raised Mormon when her mom's converted to the church when Monica was 5. Monica never really felt like she fit in. She did have a spouse that paid for everything, but now You can tell Monica does not like having to work and take care of house stuff. Like, that's all she can talk about because that's all her life is. And, she's like, I want someone to do this for me.
I know. This is so monotonous. Like, even her kids don't even want to help her. She's like, we paid the neighbors to do this last time, remember?
Oh, my gosh. So, Monica tells her family about her mom and her daughter about this girl's trip. And first of all, she's like, so Mom, I'm going to need your help. And her mom was like, what?
What do you need? I got 2 hours for you. I got 2 hours for you. And that's it. I'm done.
They ride the bus or something?
So she needs her for 3 days. And her mom's like, I have to be up at like 7 a.m.
No.
I know everyone's different, but my mom is like the best grandma in the world. And she would have already been like, oh yeah, I'll be there at 5 a.m. and I'll make breakfast.
Right. Well, that's clearly not Monica's mom.
No, I wonder if Monica is an only child.
I don't know.
It seems like her mom only had one kid because she's like, you went out and had multiple kids and you went out at a job and got married. Like, you'd already been halfway further than any of else in the family.
We don't know. I don't think we know yet about Monica's family. If she has any sisters, I don't know. But what we do know is that Monica has like this serious moment. She's like, I have to tell you something.
I'm like, oh shit.
Her mom's like, are you pregnant?
Yeah,
she's like, no, I'm not pregnant.
Like, this is getting serious.
I don't know if I can say it without getting too emotional.
You're going to have to do it. You have to do it. Break into the character.
Monica went to City Creek Mall.
That's the rich mall here.
Yeah. It literally has a creek running through the middle of the mall. Only wealthy people in Salt Lake City can shop there.
It's true. Like, we walk through it.
We're like Julia Roberts every time we go.
I just love it when they let her shop.
And she went to the Louis Vuitton store. And she had to buy a bag. She had to.
She had to buy a name brand bag.
A Louis Vuitton, like, not just a bag, a Louis Vuitton bag.
I want to know, like, how that went down. Like, I wonder if she went in there, she's like, what's the cheapest thing you have in here? That's a bag.
Now, let me say that I am making fun of it, but I'm really not, because, again, I did go shopping every single time I knew I had to.
But we didn't cry about it. That's the thing.
Well,
and
and I didn't buy above my means. I just bought things that were on clearance and things that I could afford. So I wouldn't have gone to a Louis Vuitton store. But what I also found comical about this is, meanwhile, her mom is being very sympathetic while she's wearing her Tiffany necklace.
I didn't notice that.
I did.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, I can't imagine the intense pressure of, this is like Pretty in Pink syndrome. You want to fit in. Yeah, and you don't want the rich people to see your poor house. You don't want the rich people to see your poor car.
Didn't that happen for New York? What's her name? Like, she bought a small apartment.
Bethany Frankel in the very first beginning?
No, not Bethany Frankel. Later on in the seasons.
Luann?
No, I can't remember. Either way.
Anyhow,
so I don't even know if it was New York. I think it was like Orange County.
You're thinking of Gina in Orange County.
There we go.
Yes, okay. But very much Pretty in Pink syndrome again.
Yes.
So, I'm not hating, but I am wildly entertained by it, and I love it.
It's just hilarious to listen to her cry about it.
The most mature one here is the daughter. She's like, Mom, don't let them put a price tag on you like that. Don't put that own price tag on yourself.
And honestly, the only person that will put a price tag on you and judge you is Mary Cosby.
Right.
Like, Mary Cosby really shows more of her true colors in this episode alone. Like, even just being part-time, she proves to the world how out of touch she is with humanity.
Right. Absolutely. Well, over at Immigration, the scene with Whitney and Justin and Angie K and Hot Sean really was just man candy for me.
Justin with that gruff hair, like gruffy beard and stuff, not the no care.
Did they even talk about anything in this episode?
I don't know what they said. I just looked at Hot Sean's hot pants.
Yes. I wish he wouldn't wear a hat at the table.
And I just looked at Justin's sweet smile. And when he came up and hugged Hot Justin, I was like, yeah.
put me in.
We are so Bryn of New York.
Well, we're never going to get to talking about Bryn because we can't quit talking about Salt Lake City. So really what we get out of this scene is that Angie K and Hot Sean have a lot of distance.
So much distance.
Really a lot. And they're not all that bothered by it, it doesn't seem.
No, it seems like they've got the things connected, but they still love each other a lot.
Yeah. And then we, Whitney and Justin talking about they both have recognized that they have communication issues.
But mostly Whitney.
Yeah, I mean, well, Justin's like, Whitney, are you actually admitting to it for the first time ever? What happened?
I mean, because, last season she did keep, spending their entire, life savings on this venture without telling them, so... I get it.
Did she do it without telling
them?
them?
Yeah, remember? I get it. She had to tell them later.
Gotcha. So, anyhow, I identified with them because you and I, a long time ago, recognized that the one, we're completely compatible in every way, shape, or form, but we communicate very differently.
Yeah, we have communication
So we've
issues.
really invested the time in being patient with each other when we're trying to communicate with each other, and we have invested time in thinking about the way that we communicate with each other, just being able to identify it. What are you trying to communicate with your hair over there?
Listen, my hair is out and free. You cannot allow me to just sit here without touching it and playing with it in front of the camera.
Gross.
We also do find out that Angie K is like, listen, I've been doing all these things for Meredith. I don't understand why I wouldn't be invited to this party. We even did hair for one of their fashion shows.
Yeah, what the F?
And Whitney's like, you know what? I'm just going to invite you.
Well, I also...
Come on.
Well, I also do know there's not a lot of room at Trixie Motel.
No, there is not a lot of room.
I think there's 5 rooms.
They're probably going to have to sleep in the same room.
So
same
maybe
bed.
that might be another reason why she didn't get invited, but who knows? Either way, drama.
Well, Whitney, this is classic Housewives right here. A classic Housewives 101 move, and I applaud it.
And she even says, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, over at Name Droppers.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we mentioned that we're friends with Heather Dre?
Heather Dre. Heather Dre.
Whitney Rose.
Whitney Rose. I'm best friends with her now. We just hung out in Chicago together.
Yeah, we're
And we were best friends with Jen Shaw and Jenny Wynn. Jenny Wynn, I think was her name.
Yes,
and
for a minute.
We know Meredith Marks.
Yeah,
and Seth as well. Seth.
We don't like to name drop.
I don't like to name drop though.
We hate name dropping.
But we also forgot about Lisa Barlow.
Right, yes.
We know Lisa Barlow as well. Loves us.
Yes.
Sent us Vita Tequila. But and we were on Watch What Happens Live on Andy Cohen.
Oh my gosh.
And you were also on some podcasts as well because you were on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Hold on one second.
So Heather Gay is meeting Monica at the Name Droppers boutique to shop for some Palm Springs fashion.
I after hearing Monica's story, I have a feeling that Monica's having an inner meltdown seeing all the price tags at this place.
I kind of felt that same way too.
Because I think it's all name designers.
Yeah, so it's not going to be free. It's not. I'll tell you that.
So Monica's like, do they have anything on sale? Where's clearance?
That's me. So Heather just flat out does not like Angie K. She is being pretty black and white about it. She's like, just don't like her. Sorry, hate it.
Disliked it.
And then Monica tells her Mormon story where she was raised in the church, married in the temple, then excommunicated for having an affair with her brother-in-law, having an 18-month-long affair.
With her husband's sister's husband.
So that happened.
Ma'am, you didn't just break up another marriage like your own, but you also broke up someone else's marriage in the family line.
That happened where I used to teach. Some teachers did that.
Well, and
lost their jobs.
I have a friend growing up where his original parents and then his other parents, they literally just swap partners. Literally. It's real crazy.
I hope they're happy. Well, I applaud the fact that Monica did not get caught. I mean, that she didn't get caught, that she confessed.
Yes.
I applaud that. I mean, listen, Having an affair is wrong. Cheating on your spouse if you don't have that kind of communication is wrong. All of that is wrong. But we all do things that we have to repent for in some way, shape, or form, and hopefully become a better person for it.
And kudos to her not making it so vague. She's like, it's going to come out, and why don't I just say it right now? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's just going to come out later, and then everyone's going to think I'm keeping it for a moment, or I'm ashamed about it. Like, it happened.
Yeah.
And again, the Mormon Church applauds the male figures, of course, in any kind of cheating relationship, it seems, which is ridiculous.
He's just fine. He's just fine.
I hate that.
Maybe
so I
a slap
feel
on
like
the hand.
Heather definitely sees herself in this storyline.
Yeah, for sure. It's easy to feel like the black sheep of the church.
Well, being excommunicated and just being shunned by everybody is just rough.
Well, as soon as they got both of them, as soon as they left the church, they're like, "Let me have on some cute panties right now."
Mm-hmm. I love it that she's like, as soon as she got excommunicated, she went to Victoria's Secret and bought like 30 thongs. She said, "That's awesome. You better, girl."
Packing for Palm Springs, Meredith got lots of advice, if you will, from Brooks and Chloe.
Brooks thinks that people surf in Palm Springs, like there's a beach nearby.
You know what? If I hadn't been there, I would think the same.
But listen, that's another Brittany moment from New Jersey.
Right.
Frank's girlfriend, Brittany, she thought that Irish spoke.
What language, yes.
What language Irish spoke.
Mary calls the Trixie Motel to see if they have 2003 Dom Perignon.
Who doesn't have Dom Perignon?
Could she just not look at the website and know that they don't have that? Lisa tells John, she's like, "I'm not going to cry on this trip." Little does she know, she's about to cry before this trip even starts.
Okay, I just can't stand Mary. I have to go back to Mary. She is so out of touch with everything in life. She is like, what place doesn't have 2003 Dom Perignon or whatever
with
it's
her
called?
hair,
with her hair saying that.
With
Please,
her
honey,
hair
in that
saying that.
room saying that.
With her son that she don't even know if he
And
married
she don't
yet,
even know.
saying that.
And she's disgusted over them having pizza. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She is F. Cray.
I'm blown away that Mary's going on this trip.
I'm so
Like,
blown
I
away.
never in my wildest dreams imagined that she would actually go on any of the cast trips.
And honestly, why does she need to go? Like,
she doesn't. I mean, make a few coins. She got paid for that Las Vegas house, that's one of her favorite homes.
Oh my God.
So Whitney and Angie K get to Trixie Motel earlier. And Whitney has been friends with Trixie for quite a while.
Since the start of the show.
And
FYI.
And you've been friends with Trixie for quite a while.
Trixie Mattel said that I was her Instagram crush. Cue it.
Oh yeah, a few of them are here. Hunter Harden's here, but Hunter Harden is covered in hair. I want to take his shoulder hair and just like floss with it.
And you might as well cue Ginge Min saying it in the same breath. Cue it.
Insta Crush. Isn't that a game? It's where the candy comes down and you press it and it Candy Crush. I actually met my Instagram crush. His name is Hunter Harden. I told this one, I was like, that's my get out of jail free card right there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So I know.
Where's our free trip to the pool?
I know my way around the drag community.
I have not them. No. Well, at the women's, speaking of, at the women's restroom at the Palm Springs airport, Lisa Barlow is having a complete meltdown. And I would too over a ring that expensive.
But I would never let a $60,000 piece of jewelry dangle so haphazardly on the edge of my finger. Like, that is on her. That is ridiculous. She showed that picture. It's dangling off her knuckle in the picture.
Well, she's regretting it now.
Good, because that is a big mistake, and I hope she learned from it, because I'm going to go down to that bathroom, and I'm going to get a sexual harassment charge, because I'm going to stick my face in that girl's bathroom looking for that ring.
Right. But I love that, like, Monica's looking in toilets, Meredith is searching the bathroom, and Heather's taking video. Just talking on Instagram Live, practically talking about how Lisa Barlow's been unhinged.
And they're like, this is going to be a great... that's a horrible start.
Listen, Heather Gay, I think, is as entertained by Lisa Barlow as we are. You know what I'm saying?
Classic Lisa.
So the ladies get back on the bus. Lisa can't shake it, but Mary's like, girl,
Mary's so over it. And Mary's
You're
like,
gonna have to
I would not
shake
look for a
it.
$60,000 ring on a girl's bathroom floor. Like, that's not even worth $60,000. She is so out of touch
Yeah, she's
with
like, that
cute.
ring wasn't worth $60,000.
She's ridiculous. Like, I can't stand with that woman.
Ooh, right. Well, Lisa has her jeweler on call, like she has her 6 lawyers on call.
I love it that she's got a jeweler. Maybe we should ask her jeweler if he could hook us up with a ring.
Because we can afford that. We can more likely afford to stay at the Trixie Motel.
I will give myself to Hot Sean just for some kind of money. I don't care if it's Monopoly money.
Hot Dog has agreed to prostitute himself to Hot Sean to get us a wedding ring.
Well,
all right, we got to wrap this up. We haven't even gotten to New York yet.
Wrap it up, girl.
Oh, my Lord.
So, Whitney and Angie K get a tour of the motel by Trixie herself. Whitney is pretty aware that what she's done is going to be controversial, but she's like, you know what? And I agree. You know what? Angie K is a new cast member. She should be there.
Yeah,
if she was just a friend of, I could get up. But she's a full-time cast member. She should be there.
Again, I think it's just the amount of rooms, but we'll find out.
Well, either way, I like that Whitney's like, the best thing about being a little girl is not being an old hag. I feel like I was back in New York.
New York, yeah.
So we have just everyone. First,
Sure
this is
enough.
like, has everyone heard from Whitney? And then Meredith's like, I got a text this morning. And then later, Mary, have you anyone heard from Whitney?
I know.
And Meredith's like, I got a text this morning. I mean, that's
Yeah,
no
that's
progress there. But they arrive. They cannot get the door open. They can't figure out how the lock works, how the code works. But
The music is getting tense.
at least that gives Whitney and Angie K a moment to collect themselves.
Yeah, and de-lube themselves from suntan lotion.
I can't wait till next week because it looks like Meredith gets wasted and starts going off, like slurring her words like you can't even understand it.
Oh my God, I can't wait
to witness that. But let's take a quick moment to get out of the hot closet. We got to come back and talk about New York.
Word, bye.
Like, I'm running late to everything, but I'm trying.
This is Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're listening to the Real Housebears podcast.
Yeah, we're back in New York. Forget about it.
Actually, we're in Anguilla.
Oh, yeah, we're in... Anguilla, yeah.
That's a cop-out.
I'm
Good
not
cover.
Gonna, yeah,
Good
I'm not
cover.
going to attempt
Good
that one.
cover.
Anguilla, welcome to Anguilla.
Welcome to Anguilla. Night one, the ladies look great going out to dinner. They're really going to not a very they don't go anywhere that's very fancy here, but they look amazing.
I think it's just all beach, beach restaurants.
Yeah,
like
do you
casual
think,
beach restaurants.
So when Jessel smells pot on the way there, do you think like it was the driver?
It was probably the driver, because even he was like, no, we don't have skunks here.
So Sai is in charge of this vacation. So this vacation is about food.
Food, some water time, food, relax a little bit, and then a snack, and then we just go to dinner.
Period.
Yes.
It's going to be about food.
Food, period, dot.
Yes.
So they go to the Sunshine Shack, where Leon, the server, is serving some Sunshine Shack
Sunshine Shack specials.
Sunshine Shack special. I even wrote, I just mistyped that, and so that's why I had no idea what that
There
was.
are so many virgin drinks. Makes me very uncomfortable.
I know.
There's too many virgins there.
Well, I don't know if we could say they're really virgins, but Ubah says that this area reminds her of Africa, and she's like, Africa just doesn't have a good PR, you guys. Like, Africa is beautiful.
Like, I only think of, like, Lion King.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Or
I
I think of, like, the commercials that she's referring to.
Yes.
Like, impoverished children.
Yeah, that rich white guy saying these children are starving, and he's a big, fat, rich white guy.
Or Sally Struthers.
Oh,
Sally Struthers. Yes.
That's old school.
Hey, I am old school.
You're tackling old hag.
That's old school right there.
Well, Jessel asks Jenna if she can borrow her dress, and they'll do a dress swap, not a wife swap. Thanks, Jessel.
I know. Thank you, Jessel.
Thanks, Jessel. But Ubah, she's like, listen, I know that this conversation might be done with y'all, but it isn't done for me because I wasn't there. And I want to know, like, would you all feel comfortable if she had the same conversations with your husband? Ubah's like, so, speak now, everyone.
Yeah, what's up? Liars.
Liars.
She's like, I'm not just speaking up for Aaron, I'm speaking up for married women in general. Married women don't want any other woman saying such flirtations such flirtatious things with their husband, especially at our ceremony.
But also, does everybody know what kind of friend Bryn is? Like, this is insulting.
Like, Bryn cannot, like, literally, she can't. She cannot
turn it
herself.
off. She cannot turn it off. But it's all like, everybody knows it comes from a good place. But Ubah's just trying to start shit. Ubah is so good at this right now. Is not taking no for an answer. And I've learned that if you're playing with your hair at dinner, she will gag.
Oh, yes, she will.
I love that.
Well, Bryn's like, okay, well, listen, you have to understand that I wasn't really trying to flirt with Abe. But I will apologize for calling your party boring, because that was mean.
Yeah, that was mean.
And Aaron's like, wait a minute. Wait, what? You're like, you're not apologizing for flirting with my husband? But I was glad that Aaron just finally was like, okay, I understand that you were not trying to flirt with my husband. That's what Bryn needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we all needed to hear.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
it just hurt her feelings that it happened.
Yeah, and that's valid.
And that's totally valid. So, she apologizes, and the little commercial break, or the little one-on-one, what do they call it? Confessional.
The confessional.
Aaron's like, I don't believe that apology at all. But then later on in this episode, she's like, oh, we're talking about how heartfelt your apology was earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're not being hundo right now.
Might not be giving us a consistent
You're not being the right
message.
vibe right now, as the kids say, the vibe.
I do love in this scene, though, that, like, they're in the middle of, it's a slight confrontation, and Sai's like, food? I'm going to go ahead and order.
And that pisses Aaron off, because, like, Aaron's like, don't call Leon over. I'm not done fighting.
Right?
My argument is still valid here. But Sai's like, no, I'm literally dying here. I'm not gonna live through this if you keep talking.
Seriously.
I need food.
It's bizarre how much that girl needs to eat.
But they squash it.
Yes.
Aaron is still not really happy with her apology, but they Bryn will never be able to turn off her little charm. And she even does it with the girls.
Right.
She charms these girls.
There's just, you have to love it or not.
Yeah.
Well, Sai, now that she's finally got to get some food, she's like, okay, no, what else needs to be cleared? What else can we stir up?
And this is so me. Ubah's upset that nobody said she looked beautiful today. And so where are we going to go with that? I would like everybody to start at the table and tell me why you didn't right now. Because I'm kind of pissed. Because I looked at this cute coming out.
I would have.
Yes, of course you will. My husband that loves me dearly and unconditionally.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? I love you.
It's so annoying to be loved so hard.
So, Aaron suggests that Jenna clear the air about the flight situation. And Jenna's like, did you all really believe... Did you, honestly believe that 100% of the reason why I didn't do it because I didn't want to fly coach? Like, really, y'all?
And also, y'all, she was coming down from anesthesia and stuff. Like... Who cares? And she said it jokingly, too, but she did see it, she said it jokingly, but not jokingly at the same time. And you know what? I can't blame anybody for not wanting to fly coach with everybody and just want to go by themselves. And she had an alternate reason. If it was just that, yeah, that would make her very, vapid.
But hooray, added bonus, now I don't have to fly coach.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it all turned down to. But Bren's like, listen... We appreciate your gifts. Don't quit giving the gifts. I mean, seriously, don't quit giving the gifts.
But what about the gifts? It's just ridiculous.
But you communicate through gifts. We don't know much about you. And then the more I thought about it, because, you and I are very much like, Jenna Lyons has shared everything about herself, but she's been sharing it with the camera and producers, not so much with the ladies, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, okay, I'll give it to them. But Bren's like, I didn't even know your name was Judith.
Jenna, tell ya.
Okay. This alternate viewing that the producers do right here with Brynn spilling her guts about her family and crying, and then they just chime her saying, oh, by the way, my name is not actually Jenna, it's Judith. And then everybody like, read the room, Jenna. Like, I don't know how they did that, but the producers took their time to make this, and it is gold. It is my favorite part of the episode.
It's really
it is
funny.
oh, by the way, my name is not Jenna, it's Judith. Read the room,
Shut up, Jenna.
But it so proved her point.
Right.
It proved the point. Like, it just, oh my gosh, that was the funniest part of the show this season. Like, I was laughing so hard at that.
But all these women really was for Jenna Lyons to admit that they were right. Just admit that, yes, you are guarded and will be satisfied. I mean, listen, these women really do seem to care about each other. Like, when any woman tells her story, the other women are genuinely, crying tears. They really do care about each other's story. But,
it's like over-loving too much now. It's like, okay, just because I'm not sharing my entire gut story with everybody right now doesn't mean I'm holding it. Like, give me the benefit of the doubt. Y'all are crazy. Like, look at y'all's life.
And Jenna's like, listen, all of us have stories. All of us have some sort of like a sordid past. Except Jessel, I don't know much about you.
She totally is like, Jessel, off to you. And Jessel goes off on this like monologue about her family, not her. She does at the very end say something about her, but she's literally going down the chain link of them. Coming in on the Mayflower,
Yeah, I wonder, I wonder if that's like a cultural thing that you would just talk about your family history.
I would think so, because they're like family.
Was like, Jessel, we didn't hear. I mean, the hardest thing that you said was that you had to carry boxes as an intern. So I'm not really quite sure
Jessel's like,
your hardships come into play here.
I had to like unpack boxes for a year as an intern.
That is brutal.
She said it was brutal.
It is brutal.
And while the other girls were like, I literally did get picked up for 6 days as an infant. Like,
oh my God. Well, on the way back from this meal, they were talking about, someone made a joke about writing Coach, and
oh gosh,
Ubah made a joke about the TSA was so ghetto that when they asked if she brought anything else, she said, yeah, I brought my WAP.
Could you imagine
Ubah.
some beautiful woman like Ubah walking up to you and sit like, are you carrying any liquids, ma'am?
Ubah.
No, just this big ass WAP.
Oh my God. Erin does not like that term.
Erin didn't know what the term meant.
Well, I think she can't separate that we don't mean ass literally. It's like, that's a wet mother effing pee.
Yeah.
Or that's...
She thinks it's a wet butt. Front.
Right.
It's a wet butt and a front.
Yeah, like there's too much wetness going on down there for her.
Yeah.
Because it's wet both in the front and the back.
And you're a cat for it. Like, yeah. I don't know what she's thinking, but it's hilarious that she's like, I don't like that term. I don't like it.
Either, to be honest.
I don't like it either, but now I want to say it to somebody so bad because we fly so much, and sometimes your bag gets taken. Like, are you carrying any liquids? Just this WAP.
Oh, you're dirty.
I wouldn't be able to say it. I'd be laughing so hard trying to get it out because I would be building up for it in my head.
Oh my God.
Fingers crossed for this next flight at the end of the month.
We'll at least bring the waterfalls of Batavia. So Sai is doing her social media content day 2. Ubah and Jessel are recapping dinner. Ubah is totally not Team Brynn.
Oh, I forgot to add this. When Jessel was telling her story, Brynn's like, so you're literally Simple Life's Paris Hilton.
Right.
I miss all those shows.
I know.
But no, I love that. Sorry, I got you off
We
there.
always appreciate that, right?
Yeah,
Paris Hilton, Simple Life reference.
Back to WAPs and influencing.
No, so we've got Shane, who's the villa chef, Sai and Aaron are grabbing breakfast, talking about thank God for Bryn's sincere apology last night.
So heartfelt.
When again,
and I was like, but you just said in your confessional that you didn't.
Maybe it was editing. Who
completely
knows?
Afterwards. But
So Bryn shows up. They're like, "Hey, Bryn, we were just reinforcing how sincere your apology was."
Poor Jenna comes out in a sweater while everyone is wearing basically just bathing suits.
Yeah, she's really nervous about not being covered.
But now everyone's feeling bad for like gaining up on Jenna.
And Bryn's like, "Do you want to see my boobs? Let me make it better. Here, let me show you my boobs."
She's like, "No, it's not for you, bitches. It's only for Jenna."
See,
she cares about people.
And we're testing our lip color to our nipple color. Sai's like, "No, it's going to be Halloween year round for me if I do."
But she says, what does she say? It's like a burgundy brown. I like, that's a dark color.
And then Ubah just gags her the whole thing because hairs are flying.
I didn't realize what she was, I thought she was coughing, but then she started gagging.
Now she's gagging
and it's because there's hair. We can never meet Ubah in person because
she can never come to our home.
Well, I'm cooking, like I was just cooking food the other day, and while I was chopping the potatoes, I'm like, there's hair in this.
No.
I was like, it'll come off in the water.
Oh gosh. So we learned more about Sai and her mother, who was an alcoholic. Really about 16 is when Sai really just had to start fending for herself, when she really kind of saw that her mother was turning into someone that she wasn't before. And here again, it's another really sweet moment where these women really get emotional in her, like shedding genuine tears.
Aaron like kind of loses it.
Yeah.
She can't handle hearing it. And same with Ubah. Ubah sees the world in her mom. She cannot imagine a life without her mom being there. But that wasn't Sai's mom. Sai's mom wasn't that kind of woman for her. But I loved her story about how she helped her end it and her journey and
stuff.
Putting her
eyebrows on.
It's going to make me cry. It's so sweet and it's so sad. But I loved it that she like told everybody, like, say your happy moments. Like whether she heard it or was comatose or brain dead or not, like that's something I feel like somebody in that situation would feel or hear on their passing.
Yeah, for sure. And she's like, I just want everyone to not think that my mom was a bad person. She was not a bad person. She just had a disease.
The alcohol and the disease was a bad person.
So I think that I love Sai.
Yeah.
So, what I don't love, though, is Jessel's gold and black circular
what was that? Like, what was that?
Fashion, I guess. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
You're ridiculous and you're absurd.
At the beach. All of the women go down to the beach except for Ubah, who's taking a nap. That's so us. I was cracking up during Bryn's strip cheese when she like spreads her cheeks.
She's like sprayed in there.
Jenna's not taking off her clothes. Hate it for you, ladies. She's just not comfortable doing it. But Aaron and Bryn are like, let's get Jessel drunk.
Let's get Jessel so drunk. And I love that Bryn goes over to Jessel and she's like, you got to put your vagina in the sun.
Yeah.
Like, you got to put it in the sun. You got to get that vitamin D in it. And I think there's some kind of validity to that. You know, because it's, you know, she's like, it's something that's covered up and it needs to be exposed and get that vitamin D. Get that weekend D.
Well, we all need it.
Oh my God.
Well, they have a real cute, like, coconut shell.
Like photo shoot.
Seashell photo shoot.
Oh, I love it.
Topless butts on the ocean.
That's hot.
Jenna does feel like she's missing out. You know, you just gotta learn these women in particular are not judging you. But then again, she does have the cameras.
Yeah, that's another thing is the cameras are also an addition to everything. So it makes it ultra hard. And you know what? The internet is cruel.
Absolutely.
So I can understand she doesn't want to be put in that spot right now.
Well, over at Blanchard's Beach Shack, eating again.
At a shack.
But Sai brings up Bryn's dating life. Bryn's like, girl, I'm dating 3 times a day.
Honey.
Get it.
Don't ask me about my dating life. You're going to have to sit here for a couple hours.
She hasn't yet frozen her eggs. Ubah suggests that she do it. Bryn says that the people at the clinic, I guess, were recommending that Bryn instead freeze embryos because I guess those thaw out better.
Yeah, and so she's like, well, let me see if there's a guy out there that will come and drop a...
So get out your phone and, let's go through your little black book and figure out who could give you a baby.
I think she did that. It wasn't them telling her to do that.
Well, she said that she was pressured to put down names of...
Oh.
That's, yeah.
So I guess so.
So...
Well, I don't know the process.
But Aaron's like,
this ain't true. She's calling her out right there. She's like, this ain't true.
Hey, across the table where no one can hear us.
She's sitting right next to her. Oh my gosh. But she's like, that's a weird lie. And Bryn gets very
Of course she gets offended. Aaron's like, that's a lie. And Bryn's like, why would I lie about
what
that?
Kind of lie
and
is
Bryn's
that?
Like, it's a weird story. And she's like, that's why I'm sharing it. But then... Aaron goes, Bryn, don't be so touchy. And I was like,
Aaron, you have been the most touchiest. You have had a fight and argument with every single woman on this show.
In particular with Bryn, you're touchy.
Like, oh my gosh, honey, you just went on like a 2-day rant about her flirting with your husband, and you know her. She's like your best friend, and you love her, you say. And like, it's just crazy, Aaron. Aaron.
But thanks for doing your job, Aaron.
I know, good job,
Thanks
Aaron.
for doing your job,
Listen, Aaron, you look gorgeous while you're doing all this.
One time I wonder, like, I'm part of some Bravo chat groups, and I wonder sometimes, do people actually like Housewives?
Oh, yeah, you got... No,
people, I mean, every time they post is just complaining about Housewives. I'm like, what is to complain about with New York? These women are funny, they're smart, they have money, they're going on trips, they're living the lifestyle, they're having conflict. I mean, no one has slept with anyone's significant other yet. But
it's just,
I mean, we don't have
media.
Dorinda getting wasted and cutting our hands.
People only want to talk about the bad things of everything. Everybody wants to watch a car crash. Nobody wants to see somebody like get an award for not crashing. You know, it's just people want to see the bad things of everything. And so people complain about everything because they want to bitch about everything. But that's the internet now. And like, I know that all these new Gen X kids or whatever say that Facebook is where all these old people bitch about things. Well, I've been on TikTok, and all they do is bitch about things and complain and are cruel to each other. Like, they'll care about pronouns, but they do not care about anybody's, like, well-being.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, back at the villa, 2 hours later, the ladies are getting ready for the evening, for dinner, again, I bet.
I mean, it's dinner.
Bryn goes to the size room and she's like, listen, I am just tuckered out. I don't want anyone to think anything's wrong. I just really need a night in.
This is how I feel right now at the end of this episode.
Si's like, yeah, right? I'm like, girl, let's wrap things up.
Yeah.
Well, she also goes to Aaron. She's like, hey, just wanted to let you know I got permission to
take a time
night out.
We all get one time out. I like that. You only get one time out this whole trip. And I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think absolutely. That's fun. I mean, I would do it just not because I'm upset with people. It's just because, like, I can't day drink.
I hope Ubah's little 20-minute nap wasn't her time out earlier. She's got screwed.
Yeah, seriously, not knowing it.
But clears things with Aaron as well.
Yeah. They love each other. Hug in a tub.
We started Salt Lake City with old friends reuniting. We ended New York City with friends clearing the air. What could be better in life?
I'm so happy everybody's happy.
What else is Housewives about?
You know, the only thing that could be better would be following us on social media.
Oh my gosh, and giving us reviews on Apple, and we'll make you a hashtag Housebears famous. Or just like comment like a really nice thing about us somewhere. And like maybe share our profile with like some friends.
Yeah, get us some listeners so that you too can be hashtag Housebears famous. You can follow us on, if you're an old person like me, I guess, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We are The Real Housebears on X. Is that what it is officially called? I guess I need to determine.
Twitter X, I don't know.
Real Housebears. You can also email us if you're really old like me at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You could also buy merch from us on the website Redbubble, realhousebears.redbubble.com.
Yes.
I did it. And you could listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can also watch us on YouTube and Spotify. A lot of people are like watching us now because everyone likes to watch me play with my hair. And I did it a lot this episode.
That's exactly why.
So anyways, yeah, thanks for listening, y'all. And we're glad to have Salt Lake City and our Salt Lake City fans back. And hopefully they like our New York recaps. Maybe find some new followers for New York.
Find some New York, Salt Lake City, love us.
Listen, if you guys aren't listening to New York or Salt Lake City, you guys are missing out on some fun stuff.
Yeah, because we are hysterical.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Trial 2.
Back in the hot closet. closet.
We are back in the hot closet.
Hot closet.
Hot closet. Closet of hotness of hot of closet.